unfortunate, but the beautiful game as it is called. You know what football is called, viewers? By Richard Kapuscinski at one time. It was called socialism without the politics. It's the greatest leveler. Pretty much every child kicks a football or a ball. The beautiful game has been singed by a revolting display of parochialism. Of course, this isn't the first time that fans have gone on a rampage, have gone berserk after their side has lost. But there's no doubt that disappointment alone wasn't responsible for the violence that broke out after Morocco's dream run at the Football World Cup was terminated by a clinical French side that was much more talented. They've, after all, got the pedigree. They've won the World Cup. It was a very valiant effort by the Moroccans. It was a story of underdogs. And who doesn't want to cheer on the underdog? But more on that in just a bit, viewers. First, the facts. France and Belgium, which have substantial Moroccan migrant populations or just migrant populations, were rocked by violent riots. Shocking visuals of Moroccan fans resorting to vandalism, arson, burning posters, and attacking police with firecrackers have gone viral. Just watch some of these scenes. Hear what is being said. Listen. Listen to this. Brussels, Montpellier, you name it. Mayhem, ugly hate over a beautiful game. Unfortunately, and this is where it's really sad, it's not just about the game of football. There was an attempt to turn the match into a clash of civilizations. Religion was quickly linked to the semi-final match. The loss was portrayed as a win for 2 billion Muslims globally, a kind of latter-day crusade. In fact, players from the Moroccan team went live on social media after they qualified for the semi-finals, appealing to people across the globe to come join us in Islam. Listen to this.
Alhamdulillah, we reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala خلق المغاربة, never happened. And subhanallah ta'ala, we're just working.
Always.
Allahu Akbar. Allahumma salli, and we destroy everyone.
Bro, you know that when we said the Fatiha, bro, before the penalty, was the best feeling in my whole life.
Tell all this not Muslims. Join us. Join the Islam. Join the Islam.
Come to the good side. Come to the good side.
Come
to the peace. Come to the win.
Yeah. We reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Join the Islam. Join the Islam.
Come to the good side.
Let me bring in Majid Hyderi and Dr. Ranganathan on this. Majid Hyderi, thank you for being so patient tonight. And I want to ask you, Khalid Beydoun, a very popular author, has said Morocco is a Muslim nation. This is a victory of 2 billion Muslims globally. Do you also see this as such? Do you agree with what Khalid Beydoun said?
Well, Rahul sir, firstly, let me tell you the world is changing fast and acceptance to Islam is coming fast. We have seen the same World Cup starting with the recitation of Holy Quran and then it being played and celebrated in the Daru Mukht version, which is for the first time ever happening in the world. And let me tell you, football hooliganism is the part of Western culture. And let me quote you some instances. Liverpool versus Juventus 1985, 39 people killed in Brussels. Sardinia versus Palermo in 2007, 40-year-old policeman killed. There are many violence has taken place because of football hooliganism. It's much like we have in our country VHP and Bajrang Dal going on. We have elsewhere football gangs working all the time. So it has nothing to do with Islam as being a religion which preaches hatred. It is about their own, this culture of hooliganism after football. And thanks that Qatar did not witness anything of this sort because we had an Islamic government in place and there was no daru allowed, no violence allowed. And thus we show to the world that Islam is actually all about peace. So let's not mess up terrorism or hatred towards other communities with Islam. This has been proven by the World Cup as it was played and inaugurated before the world community. And today we are seeing hordes of people coming and embracing Islam. And no other religion says that dharam khatre mein hai. Christians don't say dharam khatre mein hai. The Jews don't say dharam khatre mein hai. But if such a thing happens in our country, dharam khatre mein hai. Dharam khatre mein pad jata hai. So please change the mindset. The world is changing fast and the world is accepting Islam fast. So the better you start it fast, the better it will be for our country. Thank you, Anand bhai. This was all for you. Now you come to your point. Thank you.
Okay, well, Dr. Ranganathan, you're being goaded into the debate. I won't ask you the question. I'll just ask you for your point of view.
No, there are two things. Number one, I really applaud Majid Bhai because, he is not one of those hypocrites. He's absolutely clear. He follows the fundamentals and the fundamentals straight. And he let it slip, by the way, inadvertently, that we have showcased Islam. We as in, is he a Qatari or is he an Indian? But he said the truth because he actually believes in the Ummah. He is not Indian. Above him being an Indian, first of all, I don't even know whether he thinks himself as an Indian or a Kashmiri, but above and beyond that, he is a Muslim. We have to accept it and I respect that. You see, whichever domain one may belong to, first and foremost, you can be a footballer, a scientist, or a politician, or a bureaucrat. You are a soldier for Islam. Please remember that. Now, that is a fact. Now, you're talking about hooliganism, Majid Bhai. Now, you can't even say that those who are indulging in those acts of vandalism were drinking because drinking is forbidden in Islam. So why were they rioting? Was religion a part of that? As Rahul said, they brought in crusades, they brought in, they took it as a personal insult. But let me also tell you, Majid Bhai, in other fields, for example, in cricket, you've seen commentators gloating. वकार यूनिस सेइंग कि मजा आ गया जब उसने पाकिस्तानी ने 1 लाख हिंदूज के सामने नमाज पढ़ी फील्ड पे कुफर टूट गया. These are expressions of subjugating one religion over another. Let us accept it.
Don't drag religion to everything.
But you just did so.
What are you talking about? Rahul just showed you the clip.
Majid साहब, आपने तो अभी लिंक किया है.
Footballer saying,
you yourself is saying.
You are saying. You yourself are, what do you mean don't bring in religion? Did I bring in religion?
I am saying because football hooliganism is a culture. It's a part of
No. But I asked you the question. I said Khalid Bedoun Saab, who's a very noted author, and you know this. I'm not going to, you're a very learned person, you're a journalist, and I know that you're very well up to your reading. He said this is a victory of 2 billion Muslims globally. Why is he ascribing this to religion? What has this got to, what does this mean?
This is what Majid Bhai also said. We have showcased Islam. We.
This is a kind
what
of
did he mean by we?
Because this time World Cup started with the recitation of Holy Quran and Islam.
Majid Bhai, what did you mean by we?
Right perspective, in the perspective of being the religion of peace, and that is what was shown through Qatar. The football.
Sir, when the World Cup is played in England or in Italy, it is not linked with religion. You don't say that this, because it is being hosted in Italy, it's a victory of, X billion Catholics.
Sir, we are trying to come
Christians.
out of Islamophobia. Very simple, sir. We are trying to come out of
Sir,
Islamophobia.
what is a match got to do with Islamophobia, sir? So sir, you're saying that the rioters are rioting against Islamophobia?
Sir, we have worthy panelist Islamophobic sitting on the panel. He has even blocked me on the Twitter for that matter. So we know what kind of Islamophobia we have.
I'm Islamophobic.
Let's try to understand.
Actually, in reality, Majid Bhai, you are Islamophobic because you fear Islam and bring out the real commandments of Islam. आपको इस्लाम से डर लगता है, मुझे डर नहीं लगता.
My brother, I only speak of Shanti. मैं अमन और शांति की बात करता हूँ. Islam is the religion of Shanti and Islam is Sanatan Dharma for that matter. I want to tell you this. Islam is the religion of Shanti. Please come to this side and try to learn what we preach.
वो देखिए,
we are not about
Moroccan footballer कह रहे हैं join Islam,
और
आप कह रहे हैं don't bring religion into it.
आप मेरे
Moroccan footballer is saying convert.
आप मुझे गाली
Moroccan
देते हैं,
footballer is saying convert.
My brother, I always say, Anand Bhai, you are my brother. You can abuse me. You can say you are jihadist.
Okay, well, let me tell you, viewers, there is, unfortunately, there is a reality on our screens. Now, you can ascribe a communal motive to it, or you may choose not to. I am not seeing anyone come out and condemn this. a match was almost turned into a crusade, not by me, viewers, by those learned people who call this in religious terms, characterize this in religious terms as a victory for a particular community. Robert Carter, top journalist, says, final act of humility and class, Morocco's team prostrates to Allah. Why are we homing in the description of all of this on religious iconography? Does anyone say when Neymar or somebody does the sign of the cross that, oh, final act of humility and class, Neymar has done the sign of the cross after scoring a goal? No, viewers, they don't say it. There's a reason this is being said. Morocco has won the hearts of the Ummah. No, they have won the hearts of the larger committee of humans by transcending great odds. This Moroccan team is an exemplar, viewers, of a bunch of players overcoming adversity. Those should have been the parameters. Not all of these. Not what Majid Hyderi says that, oh, well, you know, you are all going to become part of the... Yes, doctor, very quickly.
There's a difference. I see the Moroccan footballers as footballers. Majid Hyderi Saab sees them as Muslims. That's the difference.
Okay, well, viewers, look, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to leave you feeling a little upbeat. India has tested the Agni 5 missile, which means now, viewers, and this is yet another successful test of the Agni 5 missile, one of the latest ones, that we can now strike at the heart of China, right up to Shanghai. That's the visual evidence. Let no one say that we lack preparedness. I leave it at this, viewers, tonight.
With the